think they can't.
Yeah, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red. I'm a two-time, you ain't knew I'd win. Throw a shot like you tryna have a foot fight then. All my ops waiting for me to be you, I bet. Said I got drive, I don't need a car. Money really all that we fiending for. Ugh, you can't take this one nowhere. Ugh, I look better with no hair. Ugh, ain't no sign I can't smoke hair. Ugh, yeah, give me the chance and I'll go there. She the devil, she a bad little, she a rebel. She put her foot to the pedal. It'll take a whole lot for me to settle. She the devil, she a bad little, she a rebel. She put her foot to the pedal. It'll take a whole lot for me to settle.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Hey guys, it's Girl Elise, aka War Mama, and I am all elite.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Phillips, and I'm all elite, just like these guys.
Hey everyone, it's your girl, Vixen Omega, and I am all elite, baby.
Hi everybody, I'm Kim Green, and I'm all elite.
Hi, I'm Marissa, and I'm all elite.
Now, we had to get Marissa in there. And yeah, we might have to update Kim Green to Kim Maggard soon as well.
Yes.
I've thought that the past like 3 shows.
Yeah. The other time, I'm like, yeah, she's not Kim Green anymore.
We will figure that out for sure. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in this. I'm going to call it a very special live edition of the Women's Square Circle this month because it will be live here on YouTube just because I had to figure out the kinks to get the new FTR Follow the Revolution page linked right over onto Facebook. But in the meantime, hang in and hang tight with us. It will be a lot of fun. I just want to say the amount of support from everybody has been absolutely amazing. It's just, it's going to be an uphill battle, but with the support is going to be making it, less, glasses.
I'm old. I was like, I should put my glasses on because most of the time I can't read the comments. I'm like, sorry.
Hi. Wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm your CEO.
Yes. Speaking of that, everybody that does not know that Follow the Revolution, the revamp of Follow the Revolution, we have some new roles for these amazing women that's been doing this for 8 months now. Vixen Omega is the CEO. The EVP of the Women's Squared Circle is Elise. Kim, she has been great. She has been promoting stuff left and right. And then Rhonda is the MVP of the month so far, in my opinion, for doing flyers that she will be handing out at Dynasty in St. Louis. So anybody that will be going to that show, run into Rhonda. So it's the little things that really means a lot to me. So thank you very much, Rhonda and Vicky, Elise, and Kim. And we already have a gentleman watching here, Leo.
Hey, Leo.
So the comment, I'm sure, is going to be slim picking today, unfortunately, because it's on YouTube. But hopefully we get some of those nipples here soon. But with that being said, we're going to do some different things this month, and we're going to keep the topics to a minimum. Going forward, we're only going to do 5 topics, and then we're going to do something I think a lot into this came into, like, how can we make a discussion a little bit fun? So we will be doing heel take or hot take. We will be expressing our, heel takes, or if you have a face take, whatever it may be, you're more than welcome to express it. But all right, we're going to start off with question number 1 today. And are you guys ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, here is question number 1.
Hey, Greg, what the was that? That's our best friends. That's your freaking mom. What are you doing?
So question 1 is thoughts on Trent's heel turn. Whoever wants to start, that's fine. I'm going to be a part of today's episode, just so you guys know, is because Kim is not Kim, but yeah. Definitely tell I have not been on live. Jeez, Marissa, wow. But
Okay, we're all a little rusty right now. It's all right.
So let's do left to bottom. So I will do mine last because, you girls are the most vocal when it comes to this show every month. So, Vicky, the floor is yours.
I was shocked. Remember, I actually was on the phone with you and I'm like, oh my God. And you're like, because you weren't watching it. I was like, do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you? I was like, I don't know if you want me to tell you. I was like, Trent just turned on Orange Cassidy. And you're like, what? I'm like, I know. I didn't see that coming. I really was shocked by that. I didn't expect that because everybody is usually expecting them to come in, do the hug and everything. So I honestly think that maybe Trent's heel turn was him basically thinking like, okay, us as best friends has not progressed the way we wanted to. We hadn't, gotten the tag team titles, and I think he took his frustration out on Orange Cassidy and thinking maybe this heel turn will maybe push him to higher limits, and I think that's why he went for the heel turn. But turning on Orange, that was just the lowest of the low, but maybe he thought the juice was worth the squeeze. I said it, but I like I said, I was shocked. I did not see that coming, but I think a lot of people didn't see that coming because, it's the best friends. Everybody's looking forward to them coming out and seeing that hug and everything. So, yeah, I was shocked. But that's really what I got to say is I was shocked. So, I'm going to go to my EVP over here.
Same sentiment. I was so surprised. And I think that's why they did Trent's heel turn instead of Orange's, because everybody expected Orange to turn. Yep. So putting Trent to turn is a very nice twist that nobody expected, and that's what we need in wrestling today. Something's unexpected to happen that will leave us in shock and awe. So I feel it was perfect. The way they did it was perfect, especially since he wants to blame Orange, but he was the one that ate the pin. So it's like, it's a very heel tactic to attack the person that didn't eat the pin. So I get it. It's again shocking. And did y'all see when Chris goes up to him? She, after he whispers in her ear, she's trying so hard not to laugh. I find that hilarious. You can see you can see her smirking. I'm like, she's trying so hard not to laugh right now. And I thought,
I know.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I wonder what he said to her.
I'm telling you, I still think it was, do you want to get a pretzel? And she's like, yes. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I was like, yes, let's go get one.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah, I like Elise said, I thought it was going to be Orange that was going to turn. Henry kind of thought it might be Trent, so it was
very intuitive.
He's watched wrestling for a long time, so he usually he's not shocked a lot of the time. It happens occasionally, but yeah. So I really want to know what Trent said to Stat, but because I think she could be turning. I mean, I thought she was going to turn heel, so maybe they'll do something together. I don't know. I'm down for it. Let's go. I'm all about the heels. Mm-hmm.
I completely agree. I caught Henry made a comment stating that the heel turn was overdue. I completely agree. I think, I don't know, it definitely had an impact now, but I feel like it could have had a larger impact if it had happened sooner. But I really hope that whatever Trent whispered to Chris, that it is something along the lines of maybe they can become like a really awesome dynamic duo, full power and crush everybody.
Mm-hmm.
To see where it goes.
Gary.
Oh, I thought we were going to Rhonda.
I already talked.
Did you fall asleep?
I'm distracted. I was sharing the link on the YouTube channel to Facebook.
Wow.
And Discord.
Gary.
Oh, look. See, there's Thomas, by the way. And Thomas, come to my fence. Come to my fence, Thomas. No, my personal opinion, to tell you the truth, when the whole thing with the match with the Young Bucks going up against, who was a Private Party?
Yes, Private Party.
I'm thinking, okay, I wanted to see somebody besides the Young Bucks into that tag team title match, right? And then all of a sudden, they executed with a new story with this with Trent. You know, I like the story of where it leads to a betrayal with your best friend, because now you're going to know why did you do it. And I think this is going to be a slow-paced storyline. I don't think this is going to be happening at Dynasty next weekend. I could be wrong, but I think we're going to see something towards like Double or Nothing. I'm very intrigued by it, and I really hope Trent and Stat Baby joins the mix of being heels, a part of the story. If you want to know what Trent was saying, he was saying, "Leave AEW for Gary." So
I didn't mean that to be
awkward. That's right. I embarrassed myself. I don't give a damn.
It's cute. It's cute. I'm not going to judge you, Pooh.
The Bucks are slowing. I mean, yeah.
You're banned, Tyler. Talk about my Bucks.
Yeah.
No,
Rhonda
but
and I voted you off the island.
Boom. Kim, give him a smack or two.
Talk about our Bucks.
You know, he is his own person.
I know. You know we're fucking with you. We just love our Bucks.
Yeah.
But no, I will say I'm very intrigued by the story. Like the fact that the whisper occurred as well. It's not like Trent went out there and he went on the microphone and venting his frustration. So I like when it's slow build storytelling, and everybody says AEW doesn't do storytelling. I don't know what else to say when it comes to that, but I don't know. I mean, this is going to be getting Orange into a bloody pulp, and this is going to be Trent being a badass motherfucker, and I'm all for it. You know, I do agree with Rhonda and Kim. Like, there has been something really missing with the best friends, and that is actually getting the reaction that they deserve. If they're not going to win tag team titles, hard to believe they haven't, because they've been around for 5 years. I get it. Trent had neck issues. Chuck, unfortunately, is injured. Orange is actually the backbone with the best friends. And I say that respectfully with, the other two. And
yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be really fun. And I'm really expecting to see Trent maybe turn on Orange in a week or two. Because the fact that he was standing in the middle, of Orange and Trent just this past week. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm stoked for it.
So they might turn Chuck, Trent, and Kat all against Orange. Is that what we're saying?
What's that?
Is that what we're saying? That there is going to be Trent, Chuck, and Kat, Chris all against Orange?
I do. And I think Orange could get somebody in the mix as well to get the odds even with Stat. If Tony is going to get another free agent, I'm thinking Camille from NWA. I mean, she is massive. Like, she's 5'10". She has the look. It's just everything imaginable about Camille would be really, really good.
And then he still has Rocky Romero too, because
I was thinking the same
that is
thing.
true. So
Then
there you go.
Can Rocky end up being in the middle of that mess? Like, does he want to be in the middle of that mess too?
He mentioned it last night right before his fight with Rocky.
Yeah.
So I could see maybe something happening there.
Bad friends.
Bad.
Well,
That's funny.
I kind of like that.
Bad friends.
Best friends. Worst enemies.
I know.
I'm glad that
Gary,
you
would
agree,
be able
Henry.
to handle that? Seeing Camille beaten on Stat, I think that'll hurt your heart.
Yes, it would, because I wish she would stop losing important matches. Dang it. Come on. There's got to be a reason for, like, not really a reason, but there needs to be more of an execution with her. Ever since losing that TBS title, it's back to going a little bit downwards, and
right.
There we go. That's my heel take.
I think that's why a lot of people turn heel, is they get frustrated, like kind of like when AR Fox did it. You know, like what? But am I wrong? Isn't that
No. I'm not disagreeing. I'm like, just AR Fox is.
You know,
It just felt like that didn't work out for some reason. But
I know. But I mean, it's like they throw stories together, kind of like throwing, like when you're fishing, you throw it out, you hope for the best, see how it works. If you catch something, you bring it back in. And if it doesn't work out, you try again. And if, you just basically hope for the best, you know?
It really seems like it has happened quite a few times with AEW, where a lot of baby faces who have been champion are only good baby faces while they are champion, and that is the only time that it's important. So I get why it seems like heel turns are inevitably going to help a lot of those people. But I really feel like there's a lot of stuff that could be done backstage as far as the writing and everything goes to help the baby faces, because I feel like it could very quickly become like where everybody is a heel and you don't have any baby faces, and the 2 or 3 that you do have are very lackluster because you have all of these heels.
I mean, I do agree with that, Kim. I think, every company has that because, you need to have that one big appealing baby face. And I keep saying to Vicky, the one baby face that I already know who I want to be back any day now is gone. And you can really feel the effect of AEW a little bit without MJF not being there right now. Like, we need that scumbag. And I think it's, sorry, Rhonda, I don't think it's going to happen at Dynasty. I could see, well, originally I did, yes. And then the other day, AEW published their upcoming pay-per-view schedule.
Yeah.
Adam Cole is good friends with David Finlay in New Japan. Maybe we can get a Bola Club reformation, because Forbidden Door in 2 months is in Long Island. Just saying.
But we
I know.
need MJF to heal properly first.
I think he will return at that time.
No, I mean,
that will give him enough time to heal and everything.
We need him to heal, but you know how Orange Cassidy doesn't really have anyone right now? Well, I was thinking why people are healing on the mend. What if Darby Allin comes in and helps Orange Cassidy? Remember, he neither heel nor face, but he comes in to help who he fucking wants to. So what if it was Darby Allin?
That is a good point.
I know. That's why I said it. So
That is a very good point.
because he is healing. He does have a cast on his foot, and usually you can heal a lot faster when there is a cast keeping you intact. But what if Darby Allin's coming in like, hey, you know what? I don't like the shit that's going on here. I'm gonna come out and be like, cut the shit, like knock it off. And it's like Darby comes out to help who he wants to. So it's like, what if it was Darby Allin that comes out? It was like, because obviously Chuck, came out last night and, Trent's like, are you my best friend or not? So it's kind of like maybe they're leading the tease. Was like, is he going to help Orange? Is he not going to help Orange? We don't know. But then, like, if people don't know who's going to help Orange, it could be Darby Allin. We don't know. Just spitting out things, seeing how it works.
Yeah. Also, we haven't seen Sammy in a while. So, I mean.
Yeah, with the suspension, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Do we know how long he's suspended for?
No.
As far
No
as
idea.
I'm aware, definitely.
He's in Paris, France at the moment.
Yeah, I saw that.
Speaking of Sammy Guevara,
so
this is actually a perfect plug.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I'm trying to get 5,000 followers here at a certain timeline. If that does happen, thankfully, I do got 2 autographs of Sammy Guevara. The winner will actually. Hold on, let me get rid of my background here. Where the hell?
I saw you posted on the page, and because you met him twice, so luckily you do have 2. So that is a great gift.
I do.
To get a shirt and an autographed picture of Sammy Guevara. So whoever hasn't had the pleasure of meeting Sammy like we have, you would want this autograph.
Well, he's there, just a little bit of the picture is off. But yes, somebody will get an autographed picture of Sammy and a t-shirt as well. It is a large, so but yeah, so
Sammy is a gem. Like, if you have not had the chance to meet him in person, please do.
Yes,
he is
so nice.
Exactly. He is
He
amazing.
really
He's
is.
sweet. He's kind. He's a whole boatload of sunshine. Like, he really is a great guy. I'm truly honored that I got to meet him. And it's funny because that's when Gary and I first got to meet in person. We already knew each other for years, but like we got to like hang out and got to meet Sammy and a few other wrestlers as well. And it was great. He's so nice and so sweet, and he was really a pleasure to meet. As Rhonda met him too. He's great.
Yep. He was so nice. He chatted with Henry and I, and he took a picture with me, and Henry was telling him how he's like, oh, she loves you, and he's like, well, we gotta get a picture too, man. And yeah, he's just totally cool.
I have a bucket list too. I'm like sitting there.
Oh,
like,
me too.
So do I. I have a bucket list.
Oh,
there is one that I might see actually in June, and that's actually Sky Blue. She got announced for this local, well, not really local, but nearby place that Vicky and I go to for our meet and greet. So
yeah, it's Heroes Hideout in New York. So if anybody is in the local area or wants to go out there, it is on their site, Heroes Hideout on Facebook. They do a lot of posting for meet and greets along with Zombie Hideout, and she will be there on June 15th. I actually just sent the link to Gary last night. I was like, I would love to go, but my niece's recital is on that day too. So, and I was like,
Heroes Hideout's in the city? Or where is that?
It's in Albany.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Way too far.
But
yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of far from you, Elise.
3 hours.
You know what? Maybe we can link their page, like them and Zombie Hideout on the FTR page, so people want to follow them and get up to date latest meet and greets. So like we try to, we wanted to go see the Lucha Brothers, but unfortunately, only posted it like 5 or 6 days before. I'm like, wait us not give us a couple months to plan. Like, it's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to go see them so bad, and then so timing was off, and then I got pneumonia, so I was like, figures, so I just I would have loved to have met them. Like, Gary and I were so pumped about that. I was like, why did you only give us like 5 days notice?
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay because things happen.
I feel like we'll get a second chance. I feel like fate always comes back around, and we will get a second chance to meet them. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, question number 2. I know for sure Kim is going to like this one. for sure.
Oh.
Made history, disgraceful history, unbelievable. I won champions with honor. That was one of the classic bouts we had ever seen.
One of the greatest matches we've seen ended tarnished right here. Billy starts showing her true colors, Nigel.
Saw that for a second. Starks.
Billy Starks winning the ROH Television Championship. I can't wait to go last because a little bit of a spoiler what I'm going to say. One of the best matches of the night for me from ROH Supercard of Honor. Just saying. Billy fucking Starks, or what she likes to say all the time, MDK all effing day. So the reason why I knew Kim would like this one, because obviously Billy being the Kentucky girl, just like him, this was a great moment for her. Billy Starks solidifies herself as being not only the youngest ROH TV, or sorry, should I say, the youngest champion in ROH history, but also the youngest champion in pro wrestling history. That was originally from Roxanne Perez from NXT. But Billy Starks got her moment. Good for her. So we're going to start off with Kim, if you guys don't mind, because, I mean, we got the Kentucky girl here with us today, so.
Don't scream at me. I know I need to go and watch it, the full match, but I have seen clips of it on TikTok and other social media sites. From what I have seen, it looks like it was a killer match. And it does just make my heart so incredibly happy. One, to see anyone from Kentucky with a title, just because that's a cool thing. Someone holding a title from where you're from, it's a cool thing to anyone. And for her to be a young female, let alone the youngest, to have won a title, it's just groundbreaking, literally. And she just set bar even higher. And I can't wait to see what she becomes during this title reign, and as she gets older and starts to figure more things out and has more experience and time in the ring and everything. I think she's going to be a beast.
You know what's crazy about Billy Starks is it feels like she's been wrestling like honestly, when you're comparing the two youngest in wrestling right now on the two biggest platforms that two biggest companies rather, you know, Roxanne Perez and Billy, I'm not meaning to compare apples and oranges here, but in this sense, I kind of want to. Billy is just on a whole nother level more than Roxanne Perez. And I say that respectfully because Roxanne Perez is an amazing talent.
Absolutely.
But ironically enough, Roxanne Perez originally came from ROH, which is kind of funny. But Billy, to me, feels like she's a veteran in the ring right now, which is insane. Maybe it helps because before she got signed with AEW, ROH, whatever, that Billy has been in GCW, hardcore matches galore. She was in 3 shows the week prior to the ROH pay-per-view. It feels like Billy is driven for wanting to fulfill her dreams. And that's one thing I love about Tony Khan is he really tries to make these dreams happen. And kudos to Tony making this happen regardless. Now I'm going to give my opinion because now that I'm talking about her, I think the people that did watch, like I was actually talking to Vicky during this match, and I will say how Billy made me really believe that she, excuse my language, YouTube, fucked up her neck. I was scared for her. Like the fact that the camera turned away and they were focused on the announcers, Billy screaming, well, not screaming, but yelling. I really thought she messed up her neck. And then all of a sudden, Billy turned heel, and the way she did it was a chef's kiss. It was just perfect all around. It was amazing. I mean, that's when you know if Billy Starks can play a heel character, make us fall for her dirty tactics, and be a damn good wrestler in the ring, sky is the limit for Billy. I mean, Athena is really turning her into something great here. And one thing that I liked about last night's booking with Battle of the Belts for once, Billy was actually in the main event, post match in her hometown. Well, not her hometown, but her home state of Kentucky. Like, that was even more cool. So, I have a lot of confidence in Billy Starks, and I'm excited for it. So, before we go to, we're gonna go with Vixen Omega afterwards. This little quick sponsor. Oh, look at that.
Sleep this amazing? That's Ezequiel Pure Z Sleep. Our liquid has a unique botanical blend, while an optimal melatonin level means no next day grogginess. Ezequiel Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep.
See, look at that. Now we need a sponsor. I don't know why.
Why?
But,
Why?
I don't know. Just for fun. Give me a sponsorship with melatonin. I don't know. Vicky, you're up next. Just sparking humor. Don't ask.
Okay. So yeah, it was a great match, and so I was watching it actually with Gary because we ended up doing that anyway. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm watching a pay-per-view, but then Gary will call anyway, and we end up just sitting on the damn phone watching any matches. So we both thought she was really hurt. Just the way she was like screaming out, like, oh my god, like she must be really hurt. And like you can even see like the look on Queen Amanada's face, and she was genuinely concerned. I think a lot of people in the crowd were too. So the fact that she sold that, we were like, oh my god, like, because at first we were like, is she really hurt? Like, oh my god, I think she's really hurt. So, being that young and being able to sell it the way she did was just like, holy shit. Like, and first of all, it was a great match. And like, let me just tell you, like, Queen Amanada is like a force to be reckoned with. It was just like, oh my goodness. Like, oh my Lanta.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it really was a great match. And then Billy just been like, yeah, no, I'm just fucking with you. Like, boom, and just like, wow. It was just like, I was like, oh, that was so low and dirty. Like, you just skeezy, you so skeezy. But like, no, honestly, it was a great match, and congratulations to her for being so skeezy. And she did what she had to do, though, So, but it really was a great match, and her being as young as she is, winning the championship and being the first, champion of that category is, good on her.
Yep. Okay, Rhonda, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I agree. Great match. If you haven't listened to her, or AEW has a podcast, AEW Unrestricted, that Aubrey Edwards hosts with Will Washington. And just before the Supercard, they had Billy Starks on. So I actually listened to that. So she talked about how she started. She was wrestling and attending. Like, she started when she was in 8th grade, I think was when she started. She was cheerleading and wrestling. She attended high school and continued wrestling. This was her goal. She wanted to be a wrestler, and once she got started, she was hooked. So yeah, I just think she's amazing. And like Vicky said, very first ROH TV champion for women. She's got a bright future, and I can't imagine where she's going to be in 5 years even. So loved it. Elise?
I thought the match was amazing because I actually sat down and I watched Supercard of Honor, and it was so good. Her execution with the injury was flawless. Like, everybody was so concerned that she actually hurt herself, and if you get such a career-ending injury so young, of course it's heartbreaking. So I was like, oh my god, is she gonna be okay? Is she gonna be okay? I thought she's not gonna be okay. But this, like, I already knew she was gonna win because I got spoiled, but I was literally like, how is she gonna win if she hurt herself? But she won, youngest women's champion in history, first ever Ring of Honor TV champion. I think it's great. She has a great career ahead of her as long as she doesn't get any career-ending injuries, heaven forbid. And then yes, and I'm looking forward to the feud that she's gonna have with Queen Amanada because she was fooled, and she showed up last night. I don't know if anybody saw Battle of the Belts, but she showed up last night after Billy and Athena were attacking Red Velvet, and that's gonna be a good couple tag matches we can have in there. And then Queen Mamanada, hell, it might boost her to have a title match with Athena. And may I say, I love the little minion thing with the
I do too.
I love it. And then when
Yeah.
Lexi Nair is like, my minion overlord, I was like, serious right now?
Yeah. Shout out to Lexi announcing them last night. She was great.
That had me dying. My minion overlord. Like, okay.
You know what I love? I love that she pissed off Queen Amanada. I'm like, ooh, you pissed her off, and she speaks like 10 languages, so she's gonna yell at you in all of them. So you fucked. No, I just she's a great wrestler, Queen Amanada. Like,
yes, she is.
Shout out to her. Like, she's gonna be a champion. Like, honestly, when Gary, when you showed that clip of her just be like, boom, to like Billy Starks, I'm like, I would not want to be on the opposite end of that boom. All right, like that's a force to be reckoned with. I was like, I'm good. Like, no, you can do it to someone else. I'm good. Got enough problems. Like, she is a force to be reckoned with. Like, she is going to be a champion. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like she's like the next Athena holding that belt for a long period of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would not be surprised.
I won't disagree with that. And, Queen Amanada, just, again, that's another one that feels like she's just on the rise, and she's been, in this company for such a short period of time. I don't know her career before then. So thankfully,
that was a great signing. Like, that was a good choice to sign her.
Yes. She's very good. Yeah. I've been impressed by her matches.
Yeah,
I would have
great.
If either one of them had won, to be honest. I would have been happy regardless. If it was either Queen had won or Billy would have won. I would have been happy regardless.
I agree.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, I'm very curious now. Like, are they going to go with Queen Amanada to break that 50-0 streak from Athena?
I honestly think they should. And I don't mean that in like in a personal way, but like, Athena's been a great champion. But remember how, like, and this is just my opinion. Like I said, nobody ever has to agree with me. It's just what I'm thinking. I feel like sometimes when a champion has held a belt for too long, it gets a little stale, and you need to change it. You need to spice it up a little, like, you know what I mean. So, and I feel like it's good to change it up. Like not like having a title for like 15 days and then change it up. I mean, like, she's had it a very long time. I think it's time for a new champion. So I think it would be great if it was Queen Amanada, because Athena's been a great champion, but I feel like maybe it would be good if she was dethroned by Queen Amanada,
Yep.
Yeah.
I excuse me, Jesus. I agree.
You coughing up a Harper ball?
Okay.
I mean, I do got the beard, so yeah. I mean, it's right in my face all the time. And then speaking of that kick that Vicky was talking about, Kim, check this out. It is, it's awesome.
Oh goodness! Look at the way Amanada charges in.
It's just wild, like damn, and again, the fact that Billy got up from that is just beyond me.
Yeah,
I think it's because of her background from all the hardcore matches she had.
And then how Amanada's presence of mind to play to the camera. I mean, I feel like she's really playing to the audience, and yeah, I like it.
She's tough. I love her. She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She will be a champion. You just don't know which one she's gonna dethrone, Billy Starks or Athena.
Mm-hmm.
Who would
I
you
think
let
because
her
Billy
win
just
though?
got that title, probably won't be Billy right now, so it might be Athena.
Yeah, I'd say Athena.
Athena's nearing, I believe, 500 days as champion, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
quite the run. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go to question number 3 today. And before I do that, I just wanted to spread my positivity and get well soon to Marisa. She is unfortunately not with us today, and the reason is because she's not feeling well. I'm gonna love being under the weather. Not really, but you know. But Marisa, for all of us here, everybody that follow the revolution, we are certainly thinking about you today.
Feel better.
Feel better.
Feel better, darling.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Question number 3. Mark Briscoe, also known as Chicken, has won the ROH World Heavyweight title. The thing that I really love the most is this man. This is, again, why I love Tony, regardless of what people think. He made this moment very special for Mark. Why? Because at the same pay-per-view on the same day, the same venue is when his brother Jay won the world title. The ROH world title. So knowing he did that on the 11-year anniversary of Jay winning it is an amazing moment itself. That's why I like to call Tony the Rick Moranis of AE or wrestling, really, because he's such a nerd. Okay, he kind of looks like Rick Moranis without the glasses, but hey. So, I will go first if you don't mind.
I just want to say, please save me for last.
Okay.
Okay.
Last it
I
is.
can do that. But no, it's just, this is why I love wrestling as a whole, you know, because there's so many great moments when we think of wrestling, you know, like last weekend was one with Cody, you know, you had this one here with Mark. I feel this was the emphasis that ROH needed a little bit for their men's division, like putting a great print on the ROH world title is really great to see, especially with a very, very deserving gentleman, because Mark, I think a lot of us were wondering, like, what are they going to do with Mark Briscoe, you know, because now that he lost, obviously, Jay, but Tony gave him his moment, and that's one thing that I really, really love the most out of everything, you know. Kudos to Eddie Kingston as well. You know, I think he wanted to give him that moment as well, more than anything. And I think that's what's really cool about it. Was I expecting a title change? At first, no. And then I am thinking, oh, wait a minute. That's the 11-year anniversary of Jay when he won the world title. So then they were showing the video packages. I'm like, yeah, Mark has to win here. But the post-match, you know, segment, everybody celebrating in the ring. It was just so cool all around. So I can go more into it, but then it's going to take a whole hour. But Vicky, floor is yours.
Oh man, let me tell you something. So not only was that a great match, and both of those men are just unbelievable wrestlers. Like it's it's kind of like the match was like completely like euphoric because it just the fact that it was on the anniversary on the same day and the same pay-per-view and just like the whole thing is like bittersweet anyway just because the loss of Jay still hits like hard with everybody and and the fact that Mark won that belt and and just like the celebration of everybody just like coming out for him was just like it was such a beautiful moment. And like obviously Eddie being like his close friend and being the professional he is too, just like celebrating with him and letting him have his moment. And, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like I cried, like I
Oh,
cried at the
yeah.
end, like I was just like so emotional, like because it's just like Jay was like shining down on him with that love and that support and everything. And it was just like, wow, like, like, that moment meant like so much to him, and I know that he wishes that his brother was there with him. But I mean, then again, if his brother was there, they would be going for the tag team titles. So like, but it's just like, it was just such a beautiful, raw and bittersweet moment that was just like you're not a true wrestling fan if you weren't moved on some level, whether you were crying, whether like your chest was like hurting, like it was so raw and so like like you couldn't not be.
She's freezing.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Mickey, you froze. Uh-oh.
Sorry, when she freezes, she looks kind of funny at the moment.
Don't cry.
Oh.
Let me get you back. She's glitchy.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yes, you're.
Okay, sorry about that. My Wi-Fi's terrible in this house, and it only hates me. Like everybody else's devices work, just not mine. I don't know why. My Wi-Fi's cut it out for me.
It's okay.
But it's just like I said. I got something though for my Wi-Fi. So. I had to. It doesn't make any noise, but I can always hum a tune with it.
That's awesome.
I told you, Gary, it's something special. The world's smallest violin.
I love that.
Leave it to me. Come on now. Stop it.
Good grief.
Any one of the girls at the bottom are next because I know Elise wants to go last. So,
okay. Well, I'll go real. Of course, I was crying. I thought it was a great moment, and we love Eddie in this house. I mean, Eddie is the man. So it was bittersweet because I hated to see him lose, but it also was just perfect. I mean, it was. Anyway, so I am super excited to see the rated R Chicken Hawks at Dynasty.
Oh man.
Anyway, pretty sure Henry's gonna make that sign. I don't know. We're throwing around some sign ideas, and he was thinking rated R Chicken Hawks. So
you see Eddie's face when he said that.
I know. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah. So that's it. I loved it. Loved it.
Agreed. I mean, when I heard the match announced, I assumed Mark was going to win it, and then I found out the details about Jay and his win 11 years ago and everything, and that just kind of really solidified it for me, especially with Eddie losing his other titles as well. So it was, of course, very heartwarming and touching to see and hear about and everything. I can't wait to see what he does. And I'm also excited for the Dynasty match. I think I just really have a feeling that they're going to have a really good dynamic with each other. And I'm really excited.
Me too.
And leave it to Copeland or whoever came up with the rated R chicken hawks.
I really think he made that up on the fly. I don't think.
I really
I was
think
just
that
about to say-
Eddie's face was like,
totally didn't hear and was like, what?
Now, if they want a sponsor, it needs to be KFC.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like KFC. I haven't been there in I don't know how long.
Right. I'm famous for.
No, I'm going to disagree with that one because their potato tastes so fake. Like, no. No, I'm going to make it at home if that's the case.
Okay. My turn. Okay, so if anybody was tuned in to was it tuned to? It was about me, Kim, and Rhonda were on Peaches and Power Bombs, and that was the last topic that was brought up right before 6 days before Supercard of Honor, and I said, and I cried on that live because I had the emotional connection because I have said that I know Gary kind of resonates with this too because we know the feeling of losing a sibling. So we know that that day, the day we did the live with Peaches and Power Bombs, was the 5th year anniversary of my sister's death. So I wasn't the hee ha ha bubbly person y'all all know and love. I was sad that day, but I still pushed through and I still went with it. And talking about that and the emotional connection, I've said it. I was there when Eddie Kingston won that title at Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe last year. And it was a beautiful fucking moment. And it was a beautiful fucking moment when Mark Briscoe won. And I'm going to tell you, I cried. I cried for like a good 10 minutes. The emotional connection with me, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. I was so happy for him. So I know Jay was looking down. Just like I know my sister looks down on me and says, I'm proud of you, kid. He said, I'm proud of you, kid. Sorry.
I love you, boo.
I love you too. I'm not gonna cry. I'm good.
You're already crying, honey.
Leave me alone.
I'd hug you if I could.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring down the mood. I'm sorry.
No, you're not bringing down anything, honey.
No.
Yeah, again, it's very moment. I cried so much because I felt it. It resonated in my soul. So I'm happy that he's champion. I'm excited to see how long he's gonna have the title. I know he's gonna have a great fucking run just like his brother did. And I'm excited to see where this goes. He's gonna have great matches. I'm looking forward to the Dynasty match. And let's just see where this goes. I'm very happy for Mark Briscoe. And nothing but love. Okay, I'm done.
See, look at that. This is one thing that I love about the round table is we express, our feelings, our thoughts with wrestling, sure, but then we, talk about something like we're just pretty much like we are really good friends behind the scenes for sure. But this is why I love this show because we express everything that we feel to the fullest with every passion in our bodies. So, and again, I'm very thankful this show is going on today because obviously a week from today, my dad wins. So, but we're going to continue the show going on question number 3.
4.
Oh, sorry, number 4. Was that a croissant or a heart? Okay, because I'm hungry. So I don't know. Oh, okay. It's a heart.
I want a
Gotcha.
croissant. Can't eat it, but I want it.
See, get on the croissant. Come on.
With egg in it.
How do you get that?
I think is that a croissant? I don't know. Is that a croissant? I don't know.
What is even happening?
We all have some croissant with egg. Some egg. Does anyone like egg in their croissant? We're a very interesting group, I know.
What the weirdos.
I want some.
Oh yeah, speaking before we go to the next question, I just want to do another special shout out to Frank Thompson. He is the father of a great fan. I'm gonna say this the best way I can. His daughter Danielle passed away recently as well, and she was a huge fan of the women for the Roundtable show. So, because of that, just stay tuned. Next month, we will be doing a special tribute for Danielle. I never knew she was a fan of the Roundtable until Frank did mention that. So, Frank, he is actually follow the revolution. So, Frank, if you are watching this today, if I could speak on behalf of Marissa as well, we are always thinking about Danielle, and we very much appreciate her support. That will always continue on each and every day when we do these special lives. So thank you very much again.
We are truly sorry for your loss. She was a special little girl.
Very.
Gary not keeping count. What am I missing?
That's why I'm this right-hand woman, because he'll be like, we're on number 2. I'm like, 4. We're on number 1, 5. You heard what I said.
Did she stutter? No.
We're on number 4.
Okay, question number 4.
Why are you interrupting?
Mina, she's stupid. Mariah, stupid. But number 1 stupid, Tony Storm. Saturday, Tony Storm, collision.
The AEW and Stardom relationship feels like it's coming to full circle. Hey, that's supposed to be question number 4, Gary. Okay, I will switch it up again.
Wow.
Okay, I'm really good with production, but apparently not today. Okay, so question number 4 is obviously our thoughts on the relationship brewing with AEW and Stardom. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Whoever wants to start first, because it's the respectful thing to do, because I'm not the woman in the room. So
I'm going to start because I am super excited for this. I didn't know a lot about them, but that match that she was doing, even I think Tony Schiavone said she's doing moves I've never seen before. And that was exactly what I was sitting in the living room saying was, I've never seen a move like that. Like they are elevating everything at AEW, and I am down for it. Let's go. So, that's all. Okay, go ahead, Kim. That's all. I'm short but sweet. There we go.
Yeah, I don't really have like much detailed stuff to say on this. I'm honestly just really excited about seeing women's wrestling getting further exposure, especially with bringing an all-female promotion. Stardom is all-female, right? I'm not just making that up. Okay. That's just awesome, and any exposure for women's wrestling is very needed right now, because I just feel like women's wrestling could be on a completely different level if people gave it enough time and attention. And we're starting to see these women come out grabbing people's attention, and it's going to start working. It's already working. So I'm just excited for women's wrestling to see where that goes.
I too totally agree. Before we go to the next one here, I just want to say, like, shout out to Anna J. She's had an amazing week when it comes to the underneath the umbrella of Tony Khan. Anna Jay is the first ever woman to appear on both ROH and AEW television. Anna Jay has been on Ring of Honor, Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. So all the respective shows this week under Tony Khan. So I hope this really means we finally get that push with Anna, because damn, she is one of the originals that I've been hoping for the longest time, for her to get a good push. Let's start making Brody Lee happy there, Tony Khan, right? If you're going to do a good moment, do it with Anna Jay. Just saying. Elise or perplexed Vicky.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was in deep thought. Well, you know how much I love the collabs. Like how AEW originally started collabing with New Japan, and then the CMML, and then the Stardom. Like, so I'm all about the collabs. Like, I really, because I like my saying that you were like, I don't know if I like it, the taste of the rainbow, which means try new things. Try new things, seeing how they go. So I'm all about it. I like seeing, AW try new things, seeing, like new styles, different themes. Like, so I'm all about it. I'm straight for it. You know what I mean? That's my thought. I had to gather myself. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was lost. I'm old. You need to let me process things, right? My gears are a little stuck sometimes.
I mean, to be fair, Vicky, I think if I can speak for everybody else, that's a part of this roundtable today. It's going to be a little tricky talking about Stardom, because the only people that know Stardom is the ones that watches it very passionately.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it's okay.
I don't know much about Stardom, but I know Mariah May came from Stardom, because I remember when they originally said she was coming to AEW, and they said, "Oh, she came from Stardom," so I knew of it. I have not watched it. But I'm always in support of collabs. So I like to see the integration of different styles from different companies, like meshing together, because it just and I just like the mix ups. Like it makes it more interesting. You know what I mean? Because look at how much AEW has grown when they when New Japan came in, and then when CMML came in, like everybody was like, oh, this is awesome, because it was different styles coming together. So I feel like all that could come from this is more positivity, like it just an opportunity for them to grow more. So I don't see anything bad from it. I see it all as a good thing.
I'm not a Stardom watcher, but I did watch Super Card of Honor, where it had the 3-man tag match with 6 of Stardom's superstars. They're really good. They're really good. I thought they were funny. They were cute. They're really athletic. They pull out the stops, and I love it. Azumi, she's someone I'm looking at. She's really good. Azumi, she's funny. I thought her name was AZM until they said Azumi. So
That's what I thought.
I was like, okay.
Thank you, Excalibur.
That's a cool way to say it. She's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more Stardom people. May Sarah, that fought in that 6-man tag, she's amazing. She was the one. Her and Azumi were the ones I was looking at the most during that match. I think they're really cool. I'm hoping for some Stardoms at Forbidden Door. So like some Stardom matches, even if it's Stardom against Stardom, it's still something that we won't see on the regular. It'll be something new for us to watch, and we could again see the different styles and see the different takes, and just wrestling isn't just one thing. A lot of people are so set on it has to be this or it sucks. That's not how this works. That's not how anything works in the world. You have to have multiple different options to look at. Like we have so many options to watch for wrestling nowadays. We got AEW, we got Ring of Honor, we got WWE, we got NJPW, we got CMLL, we got Stardom, we have variety. And all the variety, everyone wants to complain that variety is a bad thing. It's not. It's a phenomenal thing. It means these wrestlers got jobs. They do what they want to do for a living, and they keep us entertained. So I'm really hoping I see Stardom at Forbidden Door, because now that me and Gary have a plan, we might go. So there you go.
I hope you
Might.
do.
Might.
By the way, Forbidden Door is on my birthday. I never had a pay-per-view on my birthday, so I'm kind of excited.
That's
Forbidden
awesome.
Door
All right.
takes place on the 30th, which is Vicky's birthday.
I know. I'm excited because honestly, that's the best way to celebrate my birthday. Chilling in my room by myself, watching a pay-per-view, but like, yes, this is how I like to celebrate. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And honestly, if you
Like,
two get to go to Forbidden Door, I will be so happy for you.
if
That'd
we
be so
do,
great.
I already told you, I got you.
I hope so.
I got you. If a certain someone shows up, I'm
I will
with
die
Gary.
happy.
All I'm gonna say is,
You guys will kill me on my birthday.
thankfully,
I'll die happy.
the only thing that's gonna make this possible is when I saw Facebook Meta still paying me my bonus pay from when Beauty Takeover, when they took over.
We're gonna sell beauty
When they
products now,
hacked
by the
into
way.
it, I was worried that I was going to lose all my earnings. And I'm not going to say how much on here, but Vicky saw it. And I'm going to say that would be a really nice trip to go. But Elise and I have discussed it. We might be going to Forbidden Door together. So,
yay!
We shall see. I'm very optimistic about it at this point. So.
Oh, we can start selling Honor the Elite face cream.
Wow. Okay.
Honor the Elite cream, anyone?
I'm sorry, but I love this comment from Thomas. AEW is a candy store with a variety of options, and WWE, their candy stores is limited. I mean, yes. My whole thing on the Stardom relationship with AEW, I think I can't say it enough. Tony is on a mission this year to make this women's division very important in AEW. We have been saying this for the longest time. Like, when are you finally going to make the emphasis? When are you going to put the emphasis on the division? When are you going to make this important? And it feels like he's really trying his hardest to make it important.
Saw that one sign from that one fan a while ago. Was like, okay,
yes, yeah, and what people, I'm not saying you guys, but people that just like to crap on AEW because of their women not being exposed every single week on, Dynamite, Collision, or whatever. It's a Warner Brothers Discovery thing, because when you look at it, ROH is on just an app, and they just had 4 or 5 women matches last weekend on Supercard of Honor, and those matches were not short. They were like, except the 6 women tag match, that still went on for like 12 minutes.
They're never happy. Your fans are fickle. It's like, we give you what you want, you're not happy. We don't give you what you want, you're not happy. Well, what the fuck do you want? Mud wrestling? Like, what do you want? You want like all the women in a giant mud wrestling? Like, what? Even that? You're like, oh, we're not happy. There's not enough women.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you want? Do you know what you want? You don't know what you want. Why don't you go outside, sit in some nature, and figure out what the fuck you want, and then get back to us?
It's kind of like the movie, what is it, The Notebook? What do you want?
What do you want? It's not that simple. Well, figure it out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Gary knows about the Notebook.
Everybody knows about.
I mean, I'm not all one that really synchronizes and gets invested with sappy love stories, but when you watch it with an ex-girlfriend that just loved the movie all the time, and then she got her daughter into it all the time, I was stuck watching it for movie night with the kids.
Gary, don't lie. It was you watching it all the time, all right?
Yes, okay. Stop.
Wait, Gary. This is to all the haters.
Yeah. I know what to get to you for your birthday now. I'm sure eBay has small violins somewhere.
Get the whole round table one. We can all be like.
Good grief.
I wouldn't know how to play a real one, but this one's fun. I wish it made real music, though. That'd be so fun. It doesn't. No, it doesn't do shit. But it's cute. It does. I need to find one that's like. like just something. Yes.
We do have a question from Leo Milano. He wants to know if Brody Lee was still with us, how would we book him as a baby face?
Ooh, baby face.
I'm glad that we have a question, by the way.
Yes, it'd be nice. Thank you for asking. Gary, you go first.
Yeah.
Oh, me. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Is it because I got the beard like Brody? That's nice.
What?
Damn, I really don't know. I think it's just because the unfortunate thing about Brody is, he was in AEW for a very limited time, and we know why. So I really don't know how you would book him at this time if he was still here, being a babyface. I don't know. That's a good question.
So I have an idea. I mean, because -1 is involved, that's his. So I mean, you could play off that maybe. I don't know. It just would be weird to think because he was so good in his character with the Dark Order. So I don't know. That would be the only thing. Would be maybe something involving.
Can't picture him as a baby face.
Yeah,
certain people you just like. You just, like Willow Nightingale. Like I can't picture you angry, honey. Like you kick it up and it's like I can't see you angry. Like it's just certain people just don't fit that. Like trying to see Orange Cassidy like as a heel like doesn't fit. It's just I don't know. I can't answer that question. Not right now.
The one thing I wouldn't book him as a babyface. I would still book him as a heel, but I would have made like the Dark Order and Brody Lee more dominant. That's what I would have done. Like make them a dominant stable. Make them kick fucking ass. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I can't see him as a babyface. I think he had one turn as babyface as Luke Harper in WWE, but it was very minor, very short, and they turned him right back heel. He plays a better heel than he does as a face, which people do. There are people that play heels way better than they play faces. So I wouldn't book him as a babyface. I would book him as a heel as the leader of the Dark Order. I would have at least had him go after the title already, the main title, not the TNT title. Him go after the AEW title, or at least like try to make maybe the trios titles with him and Bruno and John Silver or Alex Reynolds. Like I would have made them some sort of dominance, like the dominance House of Black has, Dark Order and Brody Lee would have.
Yeah.
Damn, I won't disagree with that at all.
Okay, next.
Yes, they need to be on TV more. Do you have an opinion there, Kim?
I mean, really what Elise said is where my brain was going, is I wouldn't do anything different with him. It really, the circumstance of his passing and everything, of course, is tragic on its own, but also just thinking about he had started such a strong foundation with the Dark Order of just creating this faction with this dynamic that wasn't found anywhere else within the company or WWE, looking at it in comparison, like they were on a different page than everyone else. And that, of course, seeing the Dark Order together now after his passing, it unfortunately is very evident and clear that Brody Lee is what made them what they were.
Yeah.
And I think that's why there's been so much back and forth with what to do with the Dark Order, or should they even stay together anymore? Should we try to keep it going, if anything, for nostalgia's sake and in honor of Brody Lee? They lost the integral thing that made them what they were. So if he were still here, that's the only thing I would want to see, is where they could have gone, because I know it would have been amazing. They would have done things that hadn't been done before. I'm completely convinced.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that they're not still capable of it. It's just not what it was. And that just is the case sometimes. Once you lose that one big moving part of it all, things start to crumble. And that, unfortunately, was the case with the Dark Order, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree to the fullest. I just want to say something really quick here. Leo, I'm not going to ignore that question, but I don't want to answer it because any talk of CM Punk is a little toxic for my liking. So I don't want to talk about Punk.
What if we
Going
answer the
forward,
question and leave him out of it?
Yeah. So,
I want to give a shout out to John Moxley, by the way, the new IWGP.
that was my last question for the day.
Do you remember what number it is?
Okay.
We're thinking the same. Sorry,
Great
I wore my
minds.
Purveyor of Violence shirt in honor of Mox.
It's
I'm
okay.
not wearing a wrestling shirt, but I am wearing the dwarfs and the hobbits. Who's your favorite?
I do have to say, one thing I'm really liking is Shibata with the phone. You can actually talk.
I love it.
It is seriously,
I
whoever
like your necklace.
had that idea is fucking amazing. That is so great.
I love
Shibata's
it, and him being paired specifically with Hook and what Hook's character is, it's fucking perfect. It's like performance art. I love
Can we
it.
talk about Hook real quick in his match last night? How he just did not give up. That's what I love. He does not fucking give up. He shows he's extremely resilient. Like, I don't care how big my opponent is or how tall he is or how much more experience he has, that he does not give up and he's resilient. That's my Hook. Sexy.
He's on a different fucking level. He's on a different page.
He's gonna be a world champion someday. That's why I said he's a fucking
absolutely
beast.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys with it, but them saying the word bet is a New York lingo. Like I grew up
Is it?
saying
Okay, because I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means, you know?
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
It's your cousin from Boston.
So the fact that they're making him say that resonates with me because I grew up saying that.
I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
I just know it as like young people. I know it from like young people lingo of it's just kind of like okay, cool, or
cool.
word.
I
Like
don't
it's
speak
the
young
same
people
vibe as
lingo.
word.
But
I'm
middle
old.
school and high school, those were like, I bet. That's what we said to each other back in the day. So when he said bet, I'm like, yo, he's channeling his inner New York. This Japanese man is channeling his inner New York. And I love it.
I didn't know what that meant. Like, bet what? What are they betting?
It's just become trendy lingo.
We know
Elise.
Taz was in Brooklyn. Was St. Mark's is in New York.
Yeah, that's your neck of the woods. So, like, bet does that mean like cool? I got you or something?
It's basically like okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't
okay,
speak
cool,
young
okay,
kid
good.
lingo, you know?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like when people write the word like instead of okay, they write K. I'm like, what? You couldn't finish the fucking sentence? Like you couldn't write okay or just like oh no. I can't fucking do it.
For okay. That's again. That's what I grew up saying. So
no, it's just the letter K. Like you lazy motherfucker. You could have put an O front it. You know. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. But hey,
See,
cool. You want to say bet? That's cool.
You know what that made me think of? So a couple months ago, because I'm a team leader for the company that I work for, so I hired this new girl. Her name is Jada. She's 19 years old, and the first thing that I asked her, like, hey, why do you think you'll be a good fit for this? Because I would like to hire you for this internet team. And she's like, oh yeah, I know I can be this. I know I can be that. Great. 2 weeks later, I asked her if she had any questions about her training. She's like, no, I don't think I got nothing to say, but you got a lot of riz. And I was like, I'm going to say this kindly, and I say this respectfully with a laugh. I was like, what the fuck does riz mean? And she's like, oh, it just means you're really cool. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's literally it's a derivative from the word charisma.
Sure.
So it means that you have that energy that like
riz
that attracts.
It means
riz, charisma.
Charisma. You're charming. Like, you know how to talk.
Sure.
I mean, no disrespect to the younger generation, but I don't speak child because I am old. Like, I'm nearing 43. So when people say younger shit, I'm like, what? You mean like it's like
Vicky.
I don't.
Vicky, be nice.
I am. No. I don't mean like little kids. I mean like anybody younger than me is like a kid, and I'm like, I'm old as fuck. So I'm like, what? I don't know. But someone's like, oh, that's awesome or something new. I'm like, I don't know what that means. So I'm old. It's like I'm ancient. So if I'm saying something new and cool, I'm like, what?
Yep.
I don't know what that means.
I have
That
4 Gen Z nieces. So any new words, I'm like, what's that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
I know. It's
20-year-old
like
nephew will tell me something. I'm like, huh? What does that mean? I'm like, I'm old compared to you. What does that mean? Is this some new cool slang? I don't understand your lingo. I'm like, please explain it to your old auntie because I don't know what that means.
yeah, Thomas, that was a good episode today. It was I want to say it was 2 weeks ago. For some reason, we were giving out candy at work. And in our break room, if there's like certain things that we just want to give out, we just leave it on our little table for people just to grab. Well, there was this big box of like those, what is it, like the candy dip things or whatever?
Fun dip?
Fun dip. Yes, thank you.
I remember the fun dip.
Yeah.
So there was a very, very young individual in there. I want to say he's probably just recently got out of high school. Well, I found out he's for our accounting department. Kudos to him. And I looked at him like, man, I remember Pop Rocks. And he's like,
oh my God.
And he looks at me, he's like, yeah, I'm not following. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Pop Rocks is still around, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kid
Anytime I
just
mention
sounds
something from my
oblivious to
generation, they're
everything.
like, what's that? I'm like, God, I'm old.
What's that, Kim?
I said he just kind of sounds oblivious to everything because Pop Rocks are like an every generation thing. They've not gone anywhere.
And you're like, oh, push pop. They're like, what? And like, push the pop. They're like, I'm like, never mind.
I want a Vault soda. What is that? Oh my gosh, something when I was in high school.
Or clearly Canadians. A lot of people are like, what's that? I'm like, clearly Canadian? You don't know what that means? Then they look it up on, you can only get it from Amazon.
No.
I have no idea.
No.
Orange Cassidy. You're not a wrestler. You're a joke.
Now I gotta look it up. What is
Clearly Canadian, it's a drink, right? Like sparkling water.
Yeah, it's got like raspberry, blackberry, like cherry, like orange, like we used to get them at the top of the street, like when I was a kid, and they were so good. And it's like now they're like you can only get them from like Amazon in like a 12 or 24 pack. Like I know I don't have anyways. Like hey, I'm not knocking on any of you guys' lingo. Like if it works, great. It's just a lot of this shit I hear, I'm like I don't know what that is. So I'm like I must be ancient because I don't know what any of that means. Like I still say shit like wicked awesome, or that's awesome, or we say pissa, like that's how you know we're from Boston. They're like. Or like that nobody from other places can like pronounce our like towns. They're like Worcester or Worcester. I'm like it's Worcester. They're like Bill Erica. I'm like it's Bill Ricka. I think they make fun of us because it's funny.
Trust me. The people that I hired for my internet team, just imagine trying to keep up with their lingo. I'm like, I can't. I tried to blend in, but they think I'm really, really awesome. So, I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. But anyway, moving on here. Back to the last question.
I'm sorry.
But yes, back to the last question here. I'm so glad that Rhonda brought this up. Amazingly, it's not Vicky and I thinking alike this time. But John Moxley has won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. The thing that makes it really awesome is John is the first ever wrestler to actually win the IWGP World Championship, WWE Championship, AEW Championship, and I guess if you want to include the Indies, why not? The CZW World Championship, which is the promotion that John was working for before FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling, before it was called NXT. But yeah, congratulations to John all around.
Yes.
Man, it's just, Jim said it best, like triple crown Mox. Like this man is just on a whole nother level. Like people could say what they want about him, but his accomplishments are just unmatched. Like I think he is going to have one hell of an opponent for Forbidden Door. I don't know who that's going to be. But I do agree with Thomas. Well deserved. Like this is one thing that I will never bicker with people about when they say, "Oh well, John Moxley, all he does is bleed. All he does is this." Oh really? Well, I guess that bleeding really makes him easily not only the MVP of AEW, but to me, he is the MVP of wrestling right now. Like John is just killing it. I just realized I don't think I can use that word on YouTube. Damn, there's so much things that they restrict.
Yeah, they're so picky. I don't know why.
It is what it is. We're gonna start off with Rhonda because she seems very rejuvenated talking about Mox.
Like I said, I'm wearing my Mox shirt, purveyor of violence. I've been a fan of his back when he was Dean Ambrose. I've enjoyed him forever. Yeah. I just think he deserves this. One, I think he bleeds more as an FU than anything. It's more like, oh, you're gonna talk shit about I bleed too much. Well, I'm gonna bleed more. Like I really think that he just does it really as an FU because that's Mox. I mean, that's how he is. He's
he gives fucks.
Exactly. I also am overwhelmingly proud of that he took his addiction and fought it and was very, public with it. So that man is my favorite. I got to touch him. So I screamed like a girl and my husband was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "I'm sorry, it's Moxley. Shut up."
Never washing these hands again.
Pretty much.
I remember when I met Mox last November. Obviously, it was really cold. It was 3 degrees that day, and John was like, "Aren't your knuckles fucking cold?" I don't know what that means in John's terms, but terms in his little dictionary. But it was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's great, and he has the best wife ever. I mean, she's the
yes.
So, anyway, that's all. I'm done. I just love him.
Did you meet her, Kim?
No, I just love her. I just love Renee, and I also love Mox. It's childhood nostalgia for me. He was one of the core people that stick out in my head when I think of wrestling from my childhood. And it's really cool having seen him in the WWE, and I really liked his time there and everything, especially with the Shield and all of that. And then for him to go away for a bit and then show up in AEW and do the same thing, but on a completely different level. And as far as the bleeding and everything goes, to kind of tie back in what Elise said earlier, as far as it is another form of tribalism, I suppose, in a certain way, just not from the aspect of what the company is or who they are, but more so what their wrestling is. Mm-hmm. People, they just get so hyper-focused and so locked in to one way of things, whether it be one company or one way that maybe a few different companies do something or whatever it may be. And then anything that they see that slightly sticks out differently from that, even if it's within those same companies, it's such a point of contention. And that's why I personally get frustrated when I hear certain people call themselves wrestling fans, because it's like, as Tyler says a lot of the time when me and him are talking about wrestling, he's always like, you're not a fan of wrestling. You're a fan of this one thing. You're a fan of this one product or this one person or this one manager or whatever. You're not a wrestling fan. To be a wrestling fan, you have to understand that there's so much versatility and there's so many different ways that you can go about having a match, that you can go about bleeding or having these different spots and these crazy jumps off of ladders and scaffolding or entrances or whatever. And I get it if it's not your cup of tea. That's fine. If you don't like something, that's not the issue. But to sit there and openly voice your opinions saying that there's something overtly wrong with it, that's where you lose me in the discussion. If you don't like it, that's fine. And if you even want to say you don't like that, you have every right to do that. But to just blatantly be like, he shouldn't be doing that, or he's wrong for doing that for whatever reason, or he's just trying to show off and seem bad when he's not really putting in all the work. Bullshit. You clearly don't know how this works. That's my opinion on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean,
Boom.
I totally agree, and you know, this is why I always say. That's why I always think it's funny when people complain that, oh, AEW, they only do this that we've never seen before. It's stupid. Yeah, because again, it's different. You want them to be different? They're becoming different. So what's the problem? If you want them to do the same thing like this company is doing, whatever, you're going to complain about it even more. You know, that's why I think it's, this is why I like when wrestlers come out and say something, you know, like, shut up. You're like, Sammy Guevara said something, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
And shut the fuck up. Just enjoy wrestling.
Yep.
Like, regardless of what people think of Sammy too, guess what? He is right. So, before we go to Elise and Vicky, again, give me this sponsor.
Sleep this amazing? That's Ezequiel Pure Z Sleep. Our liquid has a unique botanical blend, while an optimal melatonin level means no next day grogginess. ZQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep.
I have no idea why I am showing that clip. It's really enjoyable.
Wait, so is it not an actual sponsor?
No, I'm just being fun with it.
Because one thing about me is I'm one of the most gullible people ever. I will believe anything if you make it believable enough. So the first time around, thought it was a legit sponsor. Did the second time around too.
I'm kind of pushing melatonin to give me a sponsor, okay?
Well, I was just thinking maybe it's because I watch a lot of YouTube. Like, I watch more YouTube than TV. So I like ads on YouTube are very normal to me. I thought it was real.
No, I mean, see, that's why I'm glad with my production skills. I mean, hey.
Maybe if he pushes it enough, they'll pick it up and be like,
If I was getting sponsored with this today, I think I would get more money from the sponsor than my current job that I've seen all month. So that's why I'm hoping HTE or FTR, Follow the Revolution, will get there again someday. Hopefully I can get HTE back too. So
it will.
I know it's very hard.
It will.
Elise, go ahead. What do you think with the whole thing with Jon Moxley? Which Kim nailed it right on the head.
I think it's a great accomplishment for him, and he should be his fans. Point blank. Period. If him as Dean Ambrose don't sleep, then there's something wrong with you. Completely, because I watched the Shield. I loved the Shield. I was still a WWE fan when the Shield was a very big thing. So I'm gonna say this: I didn't watch WrestleMania, but I did see the Cody Rhodes and Roman match, and I'll tell you, when that Shield music hit, for a split second, I really thought Jon Moxley was about to pop out. And then I saw Seth Rollins Shield attire. Now, I didn't get the connection. I was like, Why is he coming with the vest? I'm so confused. What's happening? And then I remember, or someone posted about how the connection was. He told Cody, "I will
Be your
shield." Like,
shield.
oh, that's why. Okay,
Yep.
I get it now. I get it.
Yep.
So it been cool, but I feel if we ever do get the opportunity for AEW WWE to collab, I personally think it will be a great thing. WWE on the regular, but keeps up with it on Facebook and all knows all the stuff. I think it will be awesome if they do that, because then it'll probably put gotta be fucking toxic about fucking everything.
That's the thing is people don't want to realize it, but
whatever.
Yeah.
Deep down, Elise, I'm going to honestly, I am not going to disagree with that. I mean, we've been saying we've always wanted to see a WWE and AEW pay-per-view. We all want that, right? But
now more than ever.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, you got one company all week long during Mania cheap shotting. You got Tony into doing what he did this week. I'm not gonna open up that. No. So I think I can say with confidence we're never going to see it. The companies, I feel they're not ever gonna work together. Not in a million years. I mean,
I will be the person to say never say never.
It's true.
As much as wrestling is changing right now before our eyes, and I understand that there might be rocky land right now that everyone's standing on with each other, things change so fast with wrestling, and a lot of it is money motivated. So just never say never.
I totally get that. I mean, you're right. Never say never, because I did not ever see so many things going on with the world of wrestling right now. But I mean, it's just like I said, just the petty shots. Like I keep saying, like I said on Twitter, there was a certain thing that I saw on Twitter that gave me a lot of people liking, and I saw my insight count. It was actually really, really high. I was stating that both companies need to quit the petty bullshit, get along for the sake of fans. I don't care if you're going out there and taking a big dig at Will Ospreay. Like, you know who I'm talking about. Like, dude, because Will Ospreay didn't sign with WWE, you're gonna do that? Will Ospreay, dude, why are you saying that? But then I know why now, but that's a whole different story. Again, it stirs drama. That's why I'm not going to talk about it. I just wish they can really quit the shit, or what Jade Cargill would say, cut the shit.
Because, and I mean, I completely understand and respect not wanting to get into details or talking about it much or anything, but I will just say in general, as a wrestling fan who, at least at this point, watches both companies, more than anything, because a lot of this drama that has come out in the wash in the past few weeks, a lot of it is just high school level bullshit. Like, it really is not amounting to much of anything, because everyone's landed where they have landed and they are doing what they are doing. Like, they're working regardless, So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, especially when it's months past when whatever even happened. More than anything, it's just fucking disappointing. It's disappointing to see from both ends. It's like you said, like, literally just put it to the side more than anything for the fans' sake. And hey, I don't know, maybe for your wrestlers' sake, for your employees' sakes, Like, it's frustrating because there's so much potential there for there to be so much crazy good stuff happen, even directly between the two companies, if they could just get their heads out of their asses both of them because they're both capable of doing and being these amazing companies, and not to say that they're not currently, but the fact that it's so clear that they could be somewhere else and they're not because they're being stubborn. I don't know. It's a really fun and exciting time with everything that's happening in wrestling right now and all of these major changes that we're seeing. It's so fun to see all of that. But at the same time, I was telling Tyler the other day, I get it when some people say that the backstage politics and everything should not be as open to the public as it is. Because again, this stuff is stuff that really doesn't amount to shit anymore. Yet it's all that everyone's talking about. It's all that everyone can focus on when it shouldn't be.
Perfectly said there, too.
People would rather focus on the drama, the bullshit, than focusing itself. And that's why it can get so toxic and it can get so poisonous and it just ruins the curtain. Like, nobody really wants to see behind the curtain. But they're so focused on what's behind, they're not looking at the actual. And yeah, again, John Moxley, I love you. Champ, again, you deserve it.
Vicky, what do you think of John Moxley winning the title?
Anyway.
Sorry.
I was long-winded, but this is why I love the round table. It's just so fun.
Honestly, I'm truly happy for him. Like, he is a workhorse. He works really hard and he's won a lot of titles and a lot of different, elements. And I'm really proud of him. I think this is awesome. And speaking of Forbidden Door, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes against someone from the Don Callis family, going back to that question, considering, they were attacking, his peeps from BCC. So, I kind of wanted to leave it short and sweet because, I know how sometimes we tend to drag on certain things. So I was just thinking that, given what they did last night, I wouldn't be surprised if it was someone from the Don Callis family. It could be Will, it could be Kyle, but I'm really proud of him. He works hard and he's a fighter, so I think it's good for him.
Me personally, might be very intriguing in my opinion, since technically he is in New Japan right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get John Moxley and Jack Perry. I mean, hey. I mean, Jack Perry, just wow. Oh, gosh. He is the most...
Probably the last thing that AEW needs
I mean,
that
he
is
was
the
very over in Chicago at Windy City Riot.
I was going to say, the crowd, he came out with the crowd. The crowd first booed him, but then they were singing Cry Me a River. They were chanting. It was very mixed. It was so, we watched video of it. We didn't watch the pay-per-view itself, but just that part. Everybody knows that I am a huge Jack Perry fan.
I heard he was really...
So, what? What'd you say, Elise?
I heard he was very over.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. The video I saw, he was very over. So, I mean, I'm hoping. I was hoping for multiple surprises at Dynasty. If it's just him, then I would like him to come back at Dynasty, help out, join the EVPs.
Okay, who watched TNA wrestling? Anybody?
No.
Kim, does Tyler watch TNA?
Not actively, no.
Damn. Okay.
He has.
I don't think the Bucks are going to win next Sunday now. I only say that because how fitting is it? It's a ladder match, and this is their specialty ladder match. I could see the Motor City Machine Guns costing the Young Bucks. Just saying. I know you guys don't know who I'm talking about, but
I
they've
do.
been in the business. They've
I
been
know
in
who they are.
TNA from 2002 to 2024, so they've been around for over 2 decades. So
I watched it when Kenny hijacked the belts and went to TNA.
what's that?
I said I watched it when Kenny went to when he
Motor
hijacked the belts and went to TNA, and that's how I knew who the Motor City Machine Guns were.
Legitness. I'm gonna take that word.
Elise, your connection is really bad.
Yeah.
Because when you're going to talk, your audio's
me?
not coming through until like 10 seconds after. So we keep missing what you're saying.
From the
Yeah, your
Wi-Fi.
audio is not working, Elise. Mind blown.
BRP. Why is this not working?
Maybe Elise, maybe just come back.
I'm trying.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Okay,
kinda.
I was like, whoa, what happened? Everybody was gone. Well, I'm still making me a scapegoat shirt. Since you can't buy one, I'm making one. So.
Hey, you know what? Regardless of what people think of with Jack Perry, he actually got his scapegoat shirt sold out within like literally 2 hours after this week. And then, you know, he also did sell out the Crimea River shirt from New Japan as well. So Jack Perry is definitely getting, yeah. So, and if Jack is succeeding, I'm happy for him regardless. So, yeah. So the last thing we will do before we end the show is a very new thing. Well, very new, exciting thing that I decided to bring to the Squared Circle, and that is a heel take or face take. So we get to express whatever take we want to discuss about. The only thing that I will say, again, it brings so much drama, is just not to bring up the thing that happened on Wednesday. So we're gonna start off with, you know what, Elise needs to come back for this because I love her pipe bombs. Whoever wants to start first, you can go right ahead.
I have one. I don't know if anyone else has one yet or not.
Go ahead.
Hot take, heel take, whatever. I'm over Thunder Rosa. I'm over her. Since she left and like had whatever little bit of drama she had and then came back and everything, I don't know. I wasn't really a huge fan of her before she left. Was it an injury that she left out on when she was gone for a while?
She had a severe injury. Yep.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Real quick. I'm sorry. Okay.
But yeah, she just never really stuck out to me before the injury, and now that she's back and like really trying to push herself again, I get her wanting to push herself since she is back. It's just still really not working for me.
And there's your heel take, brought to you by Kim Maggard.
Wow. I actually thought her promo last night was really great. So I enjoyed it. I thought it's the best we've seen from her since she's been back. So I hate to say it, Kim, but I could see her winning the title next Sunday. So,
and I get it. I understand that a lot of people are really for her right now and that she is over.
And
I'm not trying to discredit that.
Yeah, it's not that I'm necessarily for her. I just see that her promo. I mean, she's better now than when she left. She's worked on her promo stuff a lot, and I thought she did a great promo last night. I do unfortunately think she could win the title at Dynasty. We'll see. I mean, I'm still hoping that we get Britt or Jamie back sometime soon, or
Absolutely.
both. So that will really, as a wrestler, I mean, I've really enjoyed matches she's had in the past. So I don't know.
I agree with Rhonda. Like, honestly, I've always loved Thunder Rosa, and I think since she's come back, she's stronger. You know, I like that she paints her face completely, because I'm a huge fan of Day of the Dead anyway. So I love that whole Mexican culture. I've always loved everything about it. So I think she's a very strong, powerful female, and I think she's way more focused now. So I've always been a huge fan. So I think her coming back was way better for her, and I agree. I think that she could really win it too. And I'm honestly, I'm missing Britt and Jamie, especially Britt. I love Britt. I got to meet Britt, and I'm telling you, Britt is just fucking amazing. And I told her, I'm like, God, you're even more gorgeous in person. It's disgusting. And she started laughing. So she is sweet as pie. So, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to them like returning. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Rhonda.
Rhonda, what's your heel or face take?
Oh geez. Well, I guess maybe I am down for the EVPs. They are my EVPs, and
my babies.
I want them to win. I actually have never got to see them wrestle. In all the shows we've been to, we've seen them. Then Matt got injured, so we did get to meet Nick, but we've never seen them actually wrestle. So this is like my dream come true for me, that next Sunday we will see them live, and it's a ladder match. So I'm just so excited. And just a reminder, anybody that's watching, I will be on the floor by the ramp, and I will be passing out flyers. So
we appreciate you.
our EP.
And I will say, hopefully you won't be in front of a friggin' obnoxious people. Like, I was excited that I got the Ram side for the Dynamite in November, but there was a guy in front of me that just was so obnoxious.
I mean, Jack the Beanstalk.
I'll probably be that obnoxious person, so I'll be yelling and screaming. I might go live and send it to y'all.
Well, we already know what's going to happen. Henry has to do your bail because you will be touching the Bucks all over the place. So that's normal. So
I want to touch the Bucks, not like in a perverse way, but I'm all for the Bucks winning, because it's nothing against FTR. It's just like I feel like the FTR is like won those titles so much and like had them for so long. I would love for the Bucks to win, and then at some point drop them to a younger tag team, maybe like Top Flight, possibly Private Party, or you know what I mean, like down the road. But it's like everybody knows how much I love the fucking Young Bucks.
I'm happy that I'm going to disagree because maybe I'm a
FTR,
little biased,
okay?
but FTR, I'm not saying the Bucks aren't, but FTR does so well putting over young talent. I'm not saying the Bucks don't, because they're pretty good at that, but I feel the FTR does the better deed with that, in my opinion.
Can't always be FTR.
Well, you're wrong.
Just saying.
Just saying. Because the Bucks have been putting over Jack Perry. If you've noticed the wink to the camera, hey scapegoat, I'm a fan. Cry me a river to Trent's mom. Matt wearing the scapegoat shirt.
Yeah, right.
I mean, so I think this is my hot take, is that Jack Perry comes back and helps them win, knocks over a ladder, costing FTR the match.
It can't always be
Jack
FTR.
Perry comes back and that Motor City Machine Guns get their I'm gonna say their redemption from when they were in TNA wrestling together, when Young Bucks used to be Generation Me. Okay, those matches were excellent. So
We'll see.
nope,
Elise is really
not
wanting
for
to
me.
go.
FTR all the way.
No,
Go
no
ahead, Elise.
FTR. Let Elise talk.
My hot take is, and I'm sorry, Rhonda and Vicky in advance.
Why, boo?
Neither one of those teams should be in the final.
Thank you.
Agreed.
They shouldn't have
Neither
been. You're
one
right.
of them. They shouldn't have
agree.
been. It should have been, I feel, because Private Party was on this redemption tour. It should have been Private Party and Infantry.
Or Top Flight.
Or Top Flight.
House of Black should not have
Infantry's
gone out
too
as quick
new.
as
I
they
don't think
did.
Infantry has earned their.
Agreed on that one.
House of Black
Why?
should have been in the finales. Absolutely.
I agree with House of Black, but I'm only saying Top Flight and Private Party and Infantry specifically because they're young. That's putting over younger talent. I feel like they all got buried.
I agree.
I'm gonna be honest. I was pissed when the Young Bucks won, and I was pissed when FDR won.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, bro, we already seen this. Like, what
Yep.
are y'all doing?
But it's like you also know that it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
I'm
but
happy
if
with
you put the Bucks or FTR in a tournament like that, I feel like it's to be assumed that one of them is going to win.
Honestly, the thing is with the Infantry is they can still go for the Ring of Honor tag team titles against Bennett and Taven, which is fine. But I honestly had talked about this with Gary from the get-go, and I still believe it should have been like Top Flight versus Private Party. It should have gone to younger tag teams because right, as much as I love my Bucks, they are absolutely my favorite tag team of all time. I do not think it should have been the Bucks and FTR in the finals at all. I do not believe it, and but here we are, but it's like I believe it should have been Private Party and Top Flight. It should have been them in the finals because they are the younger teams. And I honestly would have preferred it been Top Flight winning because you know what, they are younger. I mean, FTR and the Bucks have already held those titles, but you know what, the Infantry
It should have been
still
a new
go
team.
I agree. The Infantry can still go for the Ring of Honor titles against Taven and Bennett, which is good.
They did already.
But they can go again. They can still go against them again and win. They can still go against them and win, which they have that opportunity. So I mean, we can still hope for that and believe that they can win. But I agree. The Bucks and FTR should have not been the finals in this tournament. It should have been the younger. I would have preferred Top Flight and Private Party. You know what I mean? Because the Infantry they're mainly Ring of Honor, so they can still go for the Ring of Honor titles. But here we are with the Bucks and FTR, and Gary's always going to choose fucking FTR. Then it's like, listen, what? No. Apparently, people can't read the sign in my room. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, so here we are. So like I said, I want it to be the Bucks because it's like FTR won it fucking all in, and I was like pissed. It's like it's always FTR winning when it comes to them versus the Bucks. It's always FTR, and that just pisses me off. I'm like, what the fuck? Every fucking time. And I'm just like, I want it to be the Bucks, but then I want the Bucks to drop them, a couple months to a younger team. I'm hoping it be Top
Private
Flight.
Party. I'm sorry. I'm going for Private Party because I think they're fucking awesome.
No, they are, and we've talked about this so many times with Gary saying, there's still Private Party, Top Flight, the Butcher and the Blade. There's still many other tag teams that have not had the chance to get those belts. And if once I feel like the Best Friends reform, I think it's going to be in a heel form. Eventually, I feel like they're going to go for those belts and probably win them more as a heel than they ever did as a face. So, there are many other teams that still have not had a chance to hold those belts. But the Bucks and FTR have many times. So I feel like it should be other teams that have an opportunity to get those belts instead of always our favorites. Because there are many other teams that deserve the time to shine. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
it should have been somebody else in the finals.
I agree.
And y'all agree. I'm glad y'all agree with me.
Absolutely. Like, just because I
especially
love the
Private
Bucks, that
Party.
doesn't mean that they should always be winning. Like, absolutely not. Like, it's. I think they're doing it to piss us off. Like, because they're
They
like
are.
which is fine. Like, let them
They
do
are.
that. But then what they will do is they will drop those belts at some point to somebody else or FTR. Whoever wins. I mean, he already knows if FTR wins, don't call me, don't talk to me, because I'm gonna be pissed off. Let me have my bitch fit. I'll talk to you when I calm down. Because if it's fucking FTR, I don't want you smiling or chuckling or fucking calling me on the phone. I'm gonna be fucking angry as fuck. And it's
All I'm gonna say,
nope, I won't answer. Don't say nothing.
I'm just gonna say one thing.
Because Ronda's gonna
I
be pissed.
don't
She's
know.
watching that shit live.
I don't know. Putting the titles on them is the right time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just
because
don't put your
of
boogity voodoo up there.
you
and
know
push it for them to
why.
win,
You
right?
know why
Agreed.
I
It's
think
just
it is exactly
not right.
why it should. They
This
should.
is
win the
awesome. Maybe I will do a prediction.
And when
show.
they win, I'm gonna send you, Gary Joe, a
No.
message that says,
No.
"Boo-boo."
First of all, and she's watching it live. First of all, it's her first time seeing them live, so she should have that opportunity to not only enjoy this match, but see our Bucks win.
Yes.
So stop smiling. Stop chuckling, Gary
Hey.
Joe. All right? No.
I love the Bucks. They're in front of me with their Funko Pops. Okay, so obviously I'm a big fan. It's just
Well, funk
not
you,
right now.
all right? Because I'm tired
Not
of your
right now.
shenanigans. All right, funk you.
And I do agree with the whole thing with the tournament. I mean, they have easily one of the best tag team divisions in all of wrestling. Let's showcase them more than the FTRs and the Young Bucks. So yes, I do very much agree with that. My hot take, Elise, congratulations. I thought of you with this one. Mercedes Moné, if your first match is going to be at Double or Nothing, that's not going to fly with me. I'm hoping.
Thank
you
you.
had to bring up Mercedes.
Hold on. I hope that she doesn't get a title for her first match.
Yeah.
I just no.
We said it in a previous live. We all think she should earn that shit.
No, trust me. I very much agree. That's why there's a ranking system. Focus on that, please. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a title match now, thankfully, because of the angle that happened on Dynamite, where I was in the dark, and next thing you know, sure, it may have been Julia Hart, but I don't think it's
I think
Julia.
it was Willow.
I think it's Stat Baby, because moments before that, the interview that they had backstage
Was right outside.
that was right outside of her door, and then a couple months later, the attack
You
happened.
looked behind Stat, Kim. It said Mercedes Moné on the door.
Yep, that's why I posted it on the page right away.
Oh, I gotta look because apparently my blind ass didn't notice that. So let me see. Hold on. It's got another device. Woo-hoo.
Unless they're really going really all out with it, we are going to finally see the Britt Baker return that we have been wanting for so damn long.
How did I not notice that? Let me look.
I'm gonna cry when Britt comes back.
I know.
Oh my gosh, maybe this is what they will do.
It's the music I can't wait to hear because everyone's
Oh my gosh, that pop for Britt is going to be massive.
It's going to be massive.
Exactly. I can't wait for that.
I mean, I want everything to happen in Dynasty because I'm going to be there live. I'm not going to lie. I want so much. I want some surprises. I want some shocks. I just want everything.
Absolutely.
One thing's guaranteed is you're going to have an amazing pay-per-view. You know,
I know.
You really will.
That's how I felt at Grand Slam.
The matches alone, when you went.
That's how I felt. I was hoping, for the Adam Copeland debut, and I didn't get it, and I was sad.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think they're going to save Jamie for closer to All In. I think the highlight women's match for All In is certainly going to be Mercedes and Britt. I really got that feeling. I don't know, but it's going to be very exciting when she does return. But But yeah, like I was saying, back with the whole thing with Mercedes, I love her work. She's really, really good. However,
Holy
what
shit.
they need to do,
It really is. I don't know how I missed that. 'Cause I was just looking at her when I go, "Who's the girl that she's with?" Does anybody know who the girl?
I have
is
no
that-
idea.
Do you guys know
I
who
have
the
no
girl
idea.
is that Stat Baby is with in that picture? Because I don't know who that is.
I hope they
Isn't that
bring
a
back
new
Dasha
reporter?
because I have no
Is
idea.
Wait,
looks like a new
hold
reporter.
on.
Okay.
Because I think I
I don't know how because I never looked at the door. I just looked at Stat and the girl, and that's what I was focused on. I was like, "Oh, who's the girl that she's with?" Didn't even notice it said Mercedes Monet.
That's why I love AEW. They do the little hints without it being
I was more thrown
rushed.
off by the girl. I was like, "Oh, who's
Doing
the new girl?"
Easter eggs. They're dropping the
Yeah.
Easter
Yes,
eggs.
They're
exactly.
planting these little seeds. I didn't
Yeah.
even notice
So,
it.
and then I'm sorry, but the whole thing where the lights were finally on, and then you see Mercedes on the ground moan, "Hey!"
Seriously.
I mean, her moaning was just like very cringe. I'm like, oh,
She was moaning.
oh my gosh, that's why she's moan. Hey, anyway,
You're cut off.
Oh my lord.
If I had a meme to throw at you right now, I
Face
totally
palm.
would.
Yeah.
Marissa would kill me right now if she was on the live because she's a
She's
big
probably
fan of
watching it going,
Monet. So
She's probably watching.
You're
Hi,
fucking cut
Marissa.
off,
If you're
bro.
watching, feel better.
so anyway, that is my hot take. Well, my heel take. So, but with that being said, thank you very much, everybody, for watching this very new episode of the HTE Women's Squared Circle, episode number 8. We will be coming back live again next month. As always, maybe the second week or maybe the weekend of Double or Nothing. So that way we can do our, roundtable on there and maybe you do a little bit of predictions. But in the meantime, if you guys kindly please keep sharing the posts that I make on Follow the Revolution or even something simple as here for YouTube would be very appreciated because again, this is going to be a huge hill to climb. But the amount of teamwork from these ladies have been fantastic with Rhonda, with Kim, Vicky, and Elise. And again, I very much appreciate you guys for the support. Let's keep this train rolling and let's have some fun with it. And we are going to say our final goodbye because dang well we had to get him on here because it's been a while since we've heard him. So, all right, guys, enjoy the day and don't forget, stay elite.
Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang!